Welcome to Wytrucks.com. My name is Joshua Corsi. This is my good friend Joey Faigl from Faigl Rock Productions. I want to visit with you about the Monster Buck Contest for this year. We do have some changes and we want to go over some of those. New for 2009 is going to be the online submission process. And what we're hoping to be able to accomplish with this is to open the contest up statewide and be able to see more deer. And you know, for you at home or at work or wherever you're at viewing this, to be able to enter this contest and allow us all to be able to vicariously share in your harvest. So real important with those online submissions is going to be how we're going to be measuring the deer. We're not going to be doing it Boone and Crockett. We would love to, but the time restraints that's involved with that, we don't A, have the manpower, and B, the time. So what we've tried to do is to be able to still come up with a good scoring system, but yet simplify it and still keep it fun. So we're going to be looking for a few measurements. We're going to be looking for a width measurement, a height measurement, the number of points, and then we'll use the base circumference as a tiebreaker. The measurement we're going to have here is going to be our base circumference, which is used as the tiebreaker in this contest. As you can see here, we've wrapped that tape around the bottom there, and our measurement on that is 5 7/8. What I'd like to have you do is I'd like to have you measure both sides so we can get the largest one. I'll turn this so the camera can see. Let me pull that back around a little bit, Joey. You can see on that one, off a little bit there, all the way to the base. That one is at 5 1/2. When you're submitting these from home, I do not want you to include this tiebreaker score as part of your total score. If you see another one on the website that is tied with you in score, know what your base is, because that will come into play at the end of the contest, but it's not a part of the total for your score. So let's measure this deer officially for this particular contest. The big one on that that's going to be a little confusing, or that we're hoping to stop some of the confusion, is the width measurement. So what we're going to do on this one is we're going to take a couple of different width measurements so you can see exactly how we'll be measuring at the dealership. Real quick though, let me tell you how the scoring is going to post on the website. There will be two scores that will be showing there, either unofficial or official. If it's an online submission, it will be showing as an unofficial score. At the end of the contest, if you're in the top and you are a contestant for one of the prizes, we would like to have the hunter bring his harvest down so we can get an official score, so that way it alleviates any false scoring or any cheating. So what we're going to do on these width scores is we're going to look at a couple of different ways. We'll start off the G2 and see where we're at on this one. Joe, if you'll run this tape to this side for me. Got that.
Got this outside cheater here.
Okay, where are you at there, Joey?
We are looking at 29 3/4.
Okay, let's move to the G3 and see where we're at.
It's about the same, about 29 3/4.
Okay. Now on this G4, I've got this kicker on this side. Go to the front here.
Okay, and you could actually set the G4 right here. There's an inline point coming in right here. You could actually go to that. It's close enough, and it seems to be the wider point. So if we go to that one, you got yours there.
I'm right there, yep.
We got 32 1/4 inches.
So 32 1/4 on the, we'll call this our G4 measurement off this kicker and that inline. So that would definitely be the widest measurement. What we're not looking for is, go ahead and go back to the G2 with that side.
And you're looking at 36 1/2 inches from that cheater to this cheater.
And obviously that's a very wide point, but that is not how we'll be scoring these. We will be, if you're going to take this measurement, then you need to come back to the G2 here. We're looking for a straight line across from G to G. So as far as the height, what I want to do on the height measurement is I'd like you to take your rack, and I'd like you to actually, let me turn this around, Joey. I'd like you to turn it upside down so it's sitting flat on your table. You can go ahead and I'll hold this bottom part if you want. I'm going to turn it around this way so they can see at home.
kind of go to the center of the skull there, and we're looking at, I got it twisted wrong. Okay, here we go. So you're looking at 18.5 inches. That would be the height of it.
So we got 18.5 inches high. As far as the next measurement we'll be taking will be the number of points. The number of points on this is going to be anything greater than 1 inch. So we got your eye guards here. We're going to count each of these as a point. So Joey, why don't you count that side and I'll count this side. I got 7 here, but we're going to measure this one so we can we'll turn this way. See if we can break that.
Best thing to do is, just like in Boone Crock and that, you want to try and get an imaginary line from this straight line from this point all the way over here. Take your measurement, try and get to the center of that imaginary line and come out to the end of that point. And this one is actually about 7/8 of an inch.
Okay. What we're going to do with this is if you're within 1/8 of an inch, we're going to count the point. If you're at 1/2 inch, it's a no-go. The idea of the contest is to have a good time, to see as many deer as we can, and we, you know, when it gets down to the brass tacks of it all, we're going to measure them all for these prizes. But if we're close, I want you to go ahead and submit it as a point. Let's count it. Like I said, if you're within 1/8 of an inch, we are going to count it. So how many did you have on your side, Joe?
At 8 on this side.
Okay, and then we will have the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Did we measure this one here, Joe?
No, we didn't measure that one. I can tell you that's probably not going to be scoreable, but it will be close. Yeah, we're looking at about 3/4 of an inch.
Okay. So for these purposes, this one would not count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there would be 16 scoreable points on this.
Good.
Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to look real closely again at the measuring these points. This was the left side of the deer that we were measuring. And I really want to make sure it's clear on what we're going to be counting for a point. We've got our imaginary line running across here. You take that line, find your mark on it, and measure where you're at with your point, and you can see this one comes right at 7/8. So with that one, this one we would count as a point. What we're looking for is within that 1/8 inch window is one that would be less than 7/8 that will not count. On this one, you have your imaginary line running across here, you can see, and you can use a piece of paper or something with a straight edge to give you an idea of exactly where that line is. Find your mark of where you'll be measuring. Get it back in its same spot. And you can see this one is at 3/4, actually just a little shy of 3/4. Either way, it's not to the 7/8 mark. It's not going to count. We're looking for 1 inch or greater, but like I said, there is an 1/8 of an inch there that we will allow in that window there. So with this one here, this would not count as its own point. This one would. So, okay, so for this purposes as an example, this deer has been officially scored. And let's recap these scores. We measured both base circumferences, and the largest diameter on that was 5 7/8. That's a tiebreaker score. That score will not be included as part of the total score. It will only be used in the event of a tie. Our width measurement on the G4, these kickers here, was 32 1/4. Our total points was 8 on each side for 16, and then our height was 18 1/2. All those scores combined totals to 56 3/4 for the score for this deer. So that would be the score. Please include your name, address, phone number. There's some other information on the website that tells you exactly how to submit that if you want to click on some of those tabs and find out a little bit more information. But just want to make sure on the measuring that we're all on the same page or as close to it as we can. And good luck this year.